On behalf of all the people you're saluting, thank you so much. All that remains is simply to say thank you to you for being a wonderful audience. Thank you to these magnificent stars, not only for their performances, but for the sacrifices they made to get here tonight as well. And finally, to say 3 cheers for their Royal Highnesses. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Good night, everybody.
Spice, the classic masculine fragrance. The mark of a man.
You save as you collect, as you drive with the 1988 Esso collection. 1 Tiger token for every £6 worth of petrol or diesel you buy. And whether you're a high or low mileage driver, there's a variety of gifts to choose from. Collect your Esso Tiger tokens and Esso collection gifts where you see this sign.
Poison. Dior. Poison. Le parfum par Christian Dior.
Smooth, mature, sociable. There'll always be Old England.
Roger, over and out. Okay, you guys, off your butts. We're pushing on to Coral End.
What? 30 miles through this jungle? On foot? Overnight?
With no chopper cover?
No ammo, no water, no supplies? With enough goons out there to fill the Rose Bowl?
Okay. Strictly volunteers only.
Well, why didn't you say so?
Count us in, Sarge.
Sarge, count me out.
Let's move out.
Your best bet for a fuller flavour.
Darling Black Label.
When it finds you, a cold will make you suffer by day and by night. Day and night bring misery. Now Day and Night brings 24-hour relief from cold and flu symptoms. 3 tablets for daytime relief, from runny nose, headaches, shivering, and 1 for easier breathing, helping you to sleep. 5 complete 24-hour treatments at your command, day and night, from the makers of Benylin.
Sorry I'm late, lads. Terrible sore throat. Stopped off for sweets.
Don't be daft, you need more than sweets. You need Strepsils. They're antiseptic and really help fight infection.
Strepsils, Strepsils, Strepsils.
Solid medicine for sore throats.
Clive James is in Japan. Saturday fun at 10:05 on Central.
And Clive James follows ITN News.
The news from ITN.
Palestinian-Israeli clashes, the worst in 10 years. David Steele snubbed over the merged party's new name. Lord Whitelaw leaves hospital with no word about his future. And Liverpool stay top, but Man United keep up the chase. Good evening. Israel has seen its worst rioting in more than 10 years, as Palestinian demonstrations spread across the country today. Britain has condemned Israel for using excessive force against the rioters. At least 16 have been shot dead in the past 11 days. Today in East Jerusalem, troops and Palestinians fought running battles with stones, petrol bombs and tear gas. In Nazareth, thousands of people joined in the largest pro-Palestinian rally ever seen in the country. And in Bethlehem, the army opened fire on demonstrators, wounding 2 people.
Jerusalem's Arab half of the city was turned into a battlefield with riot squads searching out trouble. Ugly confrontations between Israeli security forces and mobs of Palestinian demonstrators were widespread. The trouble even spreading to Bethlehem in the occupied West Bank, where tear gas was fired in Manger Square. In East Jerusalem, the pitched battles broke out in streets emptied by an Arab commercial strike. The scale of the violence has shocked Israelis, whose government is under heavy pressure to ease up on strong-arm tactics. Although today's disturbances appeared no less serious than what's been happening elsewhere in the occupied territories, no one was shot dead. Protesters were engulfed in clouds of choking fumes, but there were no reports of live ammunition being used. The tear gas didn't stop them. Canisters hurled back at the police. The kind of fearless defiance of law and order that Israel says has to be stopped with greater force. Behind Palestinian lines, the mobs regrouped where there was little gas and continued to stone the Israelis until they were flushed out. With small groups of Palestinians roaming the streets, here unchecked, they were able to ransack property. First, they attacked 2 Israeli banks and later turned on a British-owned bank, police unable to get near them before it was too late. The mayhem lasted several hours. Tear gas fired into Arab homes, suspected ringleaders rounded up for questioning. Casualties were surprisingly few, considering the level of violence, but damage to commercial areas ransacked or set ablaze is high. Israel's government had hoped the wave of unrest was nearing an end. It would appear from today's trouble its leaders are wrong. Brent Sadler, ITN, Jerusalem.
The Liberal Party's ruling council has snubbed its leader, Mr. David Steele, by rejecting The Alliance as the new name for the merged Liberal SDP party. Mr. Steele had warned members not to squabble over frivolous matters like a name, but the council, meeting in Northampton, insisted that the word Liberal should be in the title. They also said they didn't want NATO mentioned in the new party's constitution, but they do want merger talks to go on, and they've agreed that NATO should be included in the merger policy statement.
One senior Liberal called today's decision the last wag of a dinosaur's tail, a reference to the Council's lack of policy-making power and its proposed abolition if the merger goes ahead. But by insisting on a party name with Liberal clearly in it, and on other points like better representation at conference for smaller local parties, the Council has clearly signalled grassroots unease.
It's not surprising they should take that opportunity and say, please, if you can, before it's finally settled, could you fix up this point that I care about, or that point that I feel strongly about. They took that opportunity, they gave us some advice, some of it we can act upon, some of it we probably can't act upon.
But party activists were soon warning their negotiating team not to ignore today's decisions.
If they think that they had an easy ride today and all they have to do now is just dot a few I's and cross a few T's, I think they are wrong. What the council very clearly said was keep going, but keep negotiating, and there are a number of very important issues, like the reference to NATO in the preamble, like the short title of the party, and a number of internal party structural issues, like accountability, where the council clearly came out with very strong views.
Tonight, the leader of the Social Democrats, with whom the Liberals must reach agreement, was hopeful about settling the problem of the name.
I think that it was entirely to be expected that there would be